Welcome to the Geelong zone. It is not Monday Fun Day. It's Wednesday, Wacky Wednesday. It is. It's all I got. It's all I got. We have got Mr. NBN with us as usual. We're here to preview the Brisbane game against Geelong. Don't have high hopes for this game, must be said. But we will see after tomorrow. We will be smashed from pillar to post, or will I get the last laugh? Mr. NBN is with us. Hello, Mr. NBN.
Thank you, Lucas. And no, I did not have trouble with the internet, as you can see here. I was just getting my glass of milk for Dwayne Russell, as I am a regular listener to Dwayne's World. So having my glass of milk here.
Well,
but we will get into the preview. So big clash tomorrow. Brisbane Lions at the Gabba. We all know what happened last time we faced the Brisbane Lions. It was that fateful day on the grand final. 2 years ago, Lucas, 2 years ago, before the prelim in 2024, we would have said that this is a guaranteed win against Brisbane. They were our bunnies. They were absolutely our bunnies. And now, all of a sudden, the roles have changed, hasn't it? So, yeah, they've got us over the wood in recent times, back-to-back flags out of our expense. And, this is the fixture that we dread the most this year as well, isn't it, Lucas? And, particularly at the Gabba as well. It's apparently it's going to rain tomorrow. It's going to rain tomorrow in Brisbane. Hopefully it clears up by the game because, it's obviously the conditions will favour Brisbane. And but let's go into the team selection, Lucas. So it was about nearly an hour ago. We had the team selections for this one. I'll go to the lineups here. We'll go to Geelong. So coming in, we got Jack Henry, Mitch Edwards, Brian Myers, and Mark Blitzarves. And coming out of the side, coming out is Jake Kolajasny, Reece Stanley, James Warple, and Jackie Bowes as well. Lucas, what are your thoughts with these changes, mate?
Well, Leo Messi's back, which is fantastic to see. Apparently he can do his ACL in any moment. So I'm not sure what the point is in playing him, but he's in the team. If he's in the team, if he's ready to go, Kerry, you might as well play him. This is. It's not really. I think it's safe. I think it's too safe. I think this is damage control for me. Mitch Edwards comes in. Stanley didn't. I thought Stanley was good last week, albeit against a rookie ruckman. Mitch Edwards comes back in. He's had a good year. Jack Henry, I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure. Well, I'd rather see KJ in. Blitzard's one of our best 22, so he has to come in regardless. So that's fine. The outs, a couple of that surprised me. JK for one, sorry, Kolajasny, and James Warple. Now, we've pumped this guy up. We say this guy needs a big game against the big teams. And it seems to me that Chris Scott says, well, no, because he doesn't do that against the big teams and he's dropped him. Sorry, managed. He's managed. So it's when Benyama Wednesday, mate.
Yeah, he'd be happy today. Where were you on the Monday Fun Day show, Giselenko? We missed you, mate. We missed you.
So, James Warple dropped. So maybe Chris Scott has said, you know what, we've had too many chances against this guy. Too many chances with this guy playing against big teams doesn't get it done. So it's dropped in. Jack Bowes, scapegoat for me. It was scapegoat last time. So no surprises there. So I think it's a safe team. There's no real surprises. And when you play safe against the big teams, you literally get burnt. So we'll see with this one.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of Jack Henry, I thought Jake Kolodjasny was absolutely stiff to be dropped. I thought he's been playing much better footy compared to Jack Henry. But yeah, obviously the selection panel must know something. He's all right to go and all of that. So look, I'm backing Jack Henry to do well. But I would have liked Kolodjasny to keep his spot because I thought he was solid against Collingwood last week. Mitch Edwards, very happy to see him back into the side. I don't know if I said this on a show or anything, but look, Reece Stanley was good. I would have liked him to go for another week, to get him right and all of that. But I think while we have the luxury, while both our ruckmen are healthy, if we could rotate through, have 1 week Mitch Edwards, the other Reece Stanley, like what we had with Toby Conway a couple of years ago, I reckon we just do that while we have that luxury. And I'm backing Mitch Edwards to do well against Darcy Fort in this one as well. Graham Myers, yeah, I'm a bit skeptical as well. Like he's touch wood, Lucas as well with the ACL, but apparently the coaches and the selection panel see something that we don't, that he's all right to go. And the same goes with Mark Blitzarves. Huge in for this one too. I reckon we see him more around the ground into the wing, but I reckon we throw him on as a decoy forward to Harris Andrews to try and tag him out of the game, and that allows Shannon Neal to take the lead. Just do some damage in our forward 50 as well. So don't be surprised if you see Mark Blitzarves going on Harris Andrews for this one. But in terms of the outs, I mean, yeah, self-explanatory with Kolodjasny and Stanley. James Worpel, yeah, again, I thought he was okay against Collingwood. I thought he was serviceable in the midfield, but yeah, is it something? Is it maybe smoke and mirrors? Maybe we might see a late change tomorrow night. Jack Bowes, I wouldn't call him the scapegoat. I thought he was going to get dropped for this one. He just hasn't really solidified his spot in the best 23. Unfortunately, he had a couple of shots Saturday as well, and yeah, unfortunately, he makes way for that one. But all in all, I'm happy with these selections, Lucas, and yeah, we'll see how we go on tomorrow night.
See, I would have dropped Mullins and Neal. I would have dropped Mullins and Shannon Neal. Shannon Neal gets bathed by Andrews every game, man. So what's the point of him playing? Give me a valid reason. Give me a valid reason why Shannon Neal should be playing this game.
This is what we need,
JD. we know what's going to happen with Andrews on Neal. We know what's going to happen. All right. Right.
Well, didn't you listen to what I said, Lucas? Did you listen to what I said? If we put Blitzarves on Andrews as a decoy forward.
But that's not going to. Chris Fagan's too smart for that. And then he's not Craig McCrap for starters. He's a good coach.
Great.
With Mullins, unless he has a tagging role, he doesn't play for me. I've said that since day one. He doesn't hurt you both ways. Yeah, well done. He did it against Collingwood. Well done. How about do it against McCluggage tomorrow? How about have 25 touches against McCluggage tomorrow? I thought he was good on Saturday. Like I said, he was more impactful for them Dacos offensively as well. We know what he could do defensively, but offensively, I thought he was. Yeah, no, I agree, Giselenko. Bowes had to be dropped, 100%. Even though he had 22 touches, he did nothing with it. Worpel managed has me scratching my head. Yeah, I can't believe I'm saying this as well, Giselenko, but I'm probably with you on this one too. As much as we gave shit to James Worpel all throughout this year, it is a bit of a head scratcher. But like I said before, don't be surprised if there is going to be a late change. Is tomorrow? Is Worpel an emergency? No, he's not. No. He is not an emergency. We got Stanley, Kolodjasny, and Ollie Wiltshire, so he won't play at all. Oh, speaking of Wiltshire, right? Speaking of Wiltshire, he got managed. He got managed 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, he got managed. So why the fuck isn't he back? Why isn't he back?
Only because Sean Manor and Brad Close started to find some form. That's why.
Rubbish. It's rubbish, man. There's too many. There's too many fucking players that get their feelings hurt because you can't say dropped. You have to say managed. Oh, it's gone absolutely fucking mad. This crap.
We'll go through the rest of the team. So into the back line at full backs, Mark O'Connor, Connor O'Sullivan, Tom Stewart on the halfback, Lawson Humphreys, Zach Guthrie, Jack Henry. Into the midfield, Tanner Bruin, Bailey Smith, Ollie Dempsey. Into the forward line at half forward, Jeremy Cameron, Sean Manor at centre half forward. Can you believe that? And Brad Close. Into full forward, Patrick Dangerfield, your man, Shannon Neil Lucas, and Jack Martin. Our followers in the ruck and ruck rovers, Mitch Edwards, Max Holmes, Oisin Mullen on ball. Ooh, check that out. In the interchange, Sam DeConing, Tom Atkins, Graham Myers, Mark Blitzarvis, and Ollie Henry. So that's going to be the starting 23 tomorrow night. Who knows? We might see a late change tomorrow. I just have this gut feeling, Lucas. I have this gut feeling. Who do you reckon's to be out of those emergencies? You reckon?
I think. This is me. I think Mark O'Connor goes, and I'd bring in, because Mark O'Connor doesn't have a role. What's his role? And maybe Kolodjasny comes in, maybe, or Wiltshire.
I think we'd be too tall if we put Kolodjasny in the back line.
So maybe Wiltshire comes in, and then we put Mark Blitzard down back or somewhere. But I don't get Mark O'Connor's role. So he's not a big ball winner. We've tried him on the wing; it didn't really work.
I like O'Connor on ball. I remember we tried that when he played against the Gold Coast, and we never saw that again. He won a few clearances out of the centre square, but I reckon we try a double tag with both of our Irish boys. So Mullen goes to either like McCluggage or Neil, and O'Connor goes to one of the other midfielders as well. I reckon we'll see a double tag in this one. But Mark O'Connor is one of those players where he's not a standout, but he's one of your role players in that team as well. And 100% Jezelenko. Mullen's game's improving and evolving each game. So come on, Lucas, come on, mate. He's an Irish bull. You got to give him a chance.
I'll tell you what. There's one player that we need to tag. Forget about McCluggage. Forget about fucking Lockie Neal. You know what I want to see Mullen's tag? I want to see Mullen's tag fucking Cam Rayner. I'm sick of this, dude. I'm sick of this guy winning. I swear, this guy's had a poor season. He'll kick fucking 5 tomorrow. He always does this against Geelong. He fucking always does this. Grand final. Look at the game against Collingwood in the prelim. He did fucking nothing that game. He comes up the grand final like a fucking prime Chris Judd. I want this guy stopped. I'd
love to see him. I'd love to see him go on Cam Rayner, 100%. I love to see. Belt the crap out of him as well. I fucking hate Cam Rayner with a passion, bro. Ever since that qualifying final last year where he flopped like a fucking little princess. Oh mate, fuck man. Now fuck that dozer Cam Rayner, bro.
Did nothing, mate. Did nothing. That fucking qualifying final except for flop. Did nothing in the prelim. Hence come grand final, kicks a fucking bag, and just rubs. Just someone take him out of the game. Tag him out of it. It's always Cam Rayner though. It's always these fucking Cam Rayner, Zach Bailey. These are the forwards slash mids that always hurt us. These always hurt us. The Zach Baileys, the Cameron. Oh, sorry, Cameron. The what was his name? Shit, I forgot his name. Cam Rayners. Charlie Cameron always does. We kicked 4 in the grand final last year against us. He's done nothing all year. He brings up the list. There you go.
There you go. So here's the matchup. Here's the matchup with Mitch Edwards. No, Harris Andrews on Shannon Neal for this one as well. So
just ridiculous. I wouldn't even play. I'd play Neal in the ruck all game. We know what's going to happen with Harris Andrews. We know what's going to happen there. Dangerfield, body looked good last week, but does that mean it's going to be knocked this week? Sorry. Our defense is as usual, Kiri. That's one thing where we would pencil in. That is solid as anything. Henry, Guthrie, Lawson, the Humphrey B. Bear, Tom Stewart. So that's fine. Centers or wingers. So it's got Bruno on a wing. I'm not sure about that. Dempsey. We all want Dempsey in there, but Tanner Bruno on a wing.
Interesting.
Interesting.
He's normally been playing predominantly behind the ball this season as well, so maybe they're working him further up the ground as the season goes on. But I like to see Tanner Bruin more inside as that pure inside mid for this one as well. Especially if we start to lose the centre clearance count a lot early, just change it up. Throw your Tanner Bruins, throw your Ollie Dempsey in there, throw the wild card. I'd love to see an Ollie Dempsey in the engine room because he gets plenty of the ball, but not the hard ball. So, and even your Sean Manners for 5 to 10 minutes as well. He's very clean with the hands to get him involved in the. Yeah, there's so many ways we could do it. We know that Chris Fagan, he changes the magnets and all of that. He certainly did that on grand final day. So why can't we? Why can't we throw Max Holmes into the forward line? That could be a wild card. That could absolutely be a wild card. It worked with Hugh McCluggage. Why can't we do the same thing for Geelong either? Because we have the tools. Absolutely, we have the tools. But yeah, it's just how we are going to use them against this really dominant Brisbane side on their home deck as well.
Yeah, we've got a new subscriber, Storm. Thank you so much for subscribing. So shout out to you. I noticed Brisbane, they don't have a big forward, do they? No, there's no Oscar Allen. He's injured. Now they've got Cody Curtin, who's the brother, I think, of Dan Curtin, that plays at the Adelaide Crows.
Okay.
So they've got him there. So at half forward.
They still got weapons in Logan Morris.
Fuck. There we go. So I didn't see Logan Morris down there. So they've still got Logan Morris. Fuck yeah, we're fucked. But no,
here we go. Sully's on Cam Rayner.
Shit.
He's fucking half his size. Cam Rayner of Conor O'Sullivan. Fuck, built the shit out of him, Sully. Come on, mate.
Yeah, Logan, you can't keep O'Connor on Morris. You can't do that.
I could swap it around. Put O'Sullivan on Logan Morris and Mark O'Connor on Cam Rayner because I think O'Connor was on Rayner for the grand final as well, or definitely the qualifying final when I saw it.
Yeah. So and their bench. Our bench is much better than their bench. They've got nothing. They've got nothing on their bench. Bruce.
Oh yeah, Kai Lohman, but he marks like a prime Tony Modra every time we play Brisbane. Connor McKenna, he's another Irishman as well.
Yes.
Darcy Gardner, former Geelong boy as well.
Yes. Yep.
And Bruce Revel, he's an X Factor talent for the Lions as well.
I do like him. He's a hard runner, Bruce. Bit of a cult figure down there, isn't he?
He is.
They really like him down there. Sam Marshall, I don't know too much about Sam Marshall. And their forward line, their followers, they've got Darcy Ford in the ruck. Josh Dunkley's in there. So that's an interesting one. Inside mid player. And then Lockie Neal. Standard as always with Lockie Neal. But yeah, Hugh McCluggage on the centre. Now we know if he does get tagged, we do know one thing what Fagan will do, unlike Craig McCrack. Fagan will put him straight in the forward line. And we know Hugh McCluggage has got an attacking mindset. He has got a goal mindset. He's a very good attacking play when it's taking marks inside 50. So he has got that game to him. So that's the one thing that worries me. no, yeah, we can tag McCluggage, but Chris Fagan says go forward. Mullins has got no hope. And this is the problem.
Jesaulenko said, we're going to need Bruin in and under with Warple out, and Atkins needs to lift too. Yeah, Tom Atkins, he's another one that's been dropped off form as of lately. Big game for him. Big game for Tommy Atkins as well. And I agree. Look at their fucking team; it's deep as fuck. Doesn't help that they have an academy as well.
Did Tom Atkins start last week off the bench? Did he actually start in the 21?
No, I don't think he did. No, I think he was starting on ball for this one, for the game against Collingwood. So
they've moved to the bench this game. Okay, so that's probably a warning sign then, Kerry. Just to lift your game. Maybe you're slowing down just a fraction. See, the problem with Tom Atkins, if you play him, he hasn't got any other positions. You can't put him down halfback. He's too slow for that. You can't put him on the wings. You can't put him up forward. You either have to play him as that inside ball or you don't play him at all. So maybe this is just a little warning sign, Kiri. He needs a big game. A big game.
100%,
he needs a 10. We're gonna put in. This is a new segment here. You're not aware of this, but I've just made this up on the fly. But the impact zone here. Put this down. Tom Atkins, 10 tackles plus for the game. 10 tackles. There, so we'll come back to it's almost like a prediction here. We'll come back to the prediction after my watch along. Tom Atkins guaranteed 10 plus tackles. I think he needs a big game like that. The impact. Yeah, that's exactly right. Logan Morris, I worry about that one.
That's what we talked about, Jesaulenko. I reckon swap over the matchups with put Connor O'Sullivan on Logan Morris, so you could put Mark O'Connor on Cam Rayner for that one.
That's indeed. So that's my impact zone there. Tom Atkins, 10 plus tackles for the whole game. And I think, this is a little message sent that maybe you need to start picking up your form. Because when you start on the bench, Kiri, usually, if you don't have a good game, you get demoted to the twos. So I don't know why Ollie Henry's on the bench. If anyone, Jack Martin should be on the bench. I like Dangerfield off the bench, but he likes starting Dangerfield. Myers, why isn't Myers starting?
I think because of a precaution, Lucas. I reckon, yeah, because his first game back, and because he did play in the VFL last week. He only played 3 quarters. He rested in the fourth. I think he managed to get about 21 disposals in that one too. So I think they're just precautioning him. Don't be surprised if you see him on managed minutes in this one as well. So I think that's why Graham Myers is on the bench. But otherwise, if he was fit and healthy, 100%, he'd be starting on the half-forward flank.
Just looking at it at the screen now, I think, like I said, you can't do much about the defence. Perfect world. I don't see, KJ did nothing wrong. So, but he gets dropped for Jack Henry. Who hasn't had a good year, Jack Henry. So this is another big game for Jack Henry. On Charlie Cameron, yikes. I don't like that one little bit because Cameron's a bit like that Gunston type player. If you give him space, he'll take advantage of it. So I don't like that one little bit. But, Dempsey, Bailey Smith. I'm surprised. Brisbane don't really have a tag, do they? Well, they've got the McKenna. Can McKenna tag? Can he tag?
Josh Dunkley. He's a tagger as well. But he could do it. He could do it both ways too.
Yeah.
JD I'm not in the studio.
Gee, shit.
We'll get JD on.
See, if I was coaching against Geelong, I'd take Bailey Smith out of the game. You keep Bailey Smith under 20 touches, Geelong won't win. He's lead. I'm telling you, with Bailey Smith, he's leading the Kaji. I'm telling you, no one believes me when I'm saying this. I reckon he's top 3 for the Brownlow right now in the votes. He'd be top 3 with Bont, Dacos, and then Smith. I'm telling you, he's had that year. And I'm surprised no one's tagging him. Maybe Dunkley will do that. But I think the team is set in stone here. So I'll wait and see with this one. JD, thank you for coming in.
JD,
that's all right.
Really do appreciate it. What is your thoughts on the team?
I think it's actually a pretty well balanced team. And I know you were talking about who's named on the bench. I don't necessarily think that 5 will start on the bench. I think teams just name a 20. People name a 23. Like Sean Mannor's not going to play at centre half forward, and Jasper Fletcher's not going to play at centre half back, for instance. So I think you name your 23 sort of in position, and they'll mix it up a little bit. But I actually quite like our 23. To be honest, I think it gives a different look to what they had against us in the grand final, whereas their team is fairly similar to what we faced.
Mm-hmm.
It is actually, because Oscar Allen didn't play for them last year, did he? He was at West Coast.
Yeah, but he's not playing tomorrow night either. Yeah.
So you're right. It's basically the same, because they've only got one big tall forward, JD, like they did in the grand final.
Well, they've got Morris, who's probably a Jack Henry matchup, because you got Draper, who will rest forward. As Darcy fought, they'll swap, and Cody Curtin's 200 centimeters.
Yeah.
But he's playing game 2, so I imagine Curtin's going to cop O'Sullivan or De Koning, in that sort of vibe, and then so we've got an advantage there. And Blitzavs is the interesting one, whether he plays second ruck, whether he plays defensive forward on Harris Andrews, whether he runs on a wing. I personally want to see the old Pagans Paddock, Neil versus Andrews 1-on-1, deep inside 50, clear everyone else out, because Andrews, while he's a very good defender, 1-on-1 in that scenario, he can be exposed. He likes having support and being the extra one that comes across. Like, let someone else engage his opponent and then he comes across. That's where he kept beating out Neil in the finals. And so our boys need to be smarter in how they kick it to our forwards, because of how their defenders peel off, particularly Lester and Andrews. Mm-hmm. But if we use it well going forward, we can trouble them.
Yeah. See, I don't think I'd put Sullivan on Curtin. Do you really want to race one of your better defenders? Yes, that's a compliment to O'Sullivan there, JD. Do you really want to waste one of your better defenders on a 2-gamer? Do you really want that?
It's better than him playing on a small that's going to run off him.
Okay, fair enough.
And if Curtin's not in the game, he can zone off and intercept. They may put him on Logan Morris. They've been putting Sully on the best forward in recent weeks, so they might put him on Morris, but Henry won't have the height for the resting ruckman or Cody Curtin. So I just think Jack Henry on Logan Morris is a good matchup.
So they've got, as you mentioned, this is probably not what they've got. They've just put down a 23. You wouldn't want Charlie Cameron on Jack Henry. That'd be a lot of trouble there, because Charlie Cameron likes to run in space, and Henry plays that zone defense and gives players 5-10 meters. You wouldn't want to do that to Cameron. So who goes on Charlie? Charlie's done a lot of damage to us over the years.
Probably,
he did a lot of damage.
Probably Stewart, I reckon, because we didn't have Stewart on grand final day last year. And he's our best option at the moment for that one too. He's medium-sized defender on a medium-sized forward. It's a logical choice. It's a logical choice in this one too, because I do agree.
Yeah, it could be Stewart, but I don't mind now that his hair's grown back and he's wearing the headband and he's actually regained his football playing superpower abilities, being Zach Guthrie.
Yeah. Yeah, either of those two I'll be happy with as well. I just think Tom Stewart for this one, number one defender, going on potentially the number one damaging forward for Brisbane because we, for some strange reason, Jed Hughes can't get a game anymore, and looks like Stewart's the
I
only
was
choice.
gonna mention that. I was going to mention that, Kerry. In the grand final, all we fucking complained about is, we don't have a medium-sized defender. We had one, but we didn't play him. Now he's a perfect chance to play one, and we haven't played him. What is going on there?
I think, like, having watched a few of our VFL games this year, and don't get me wrong, I love Jed as a footballer. I just don't think he has the impact. Like, he doesn't touch the ball much in the twos. He doesn't get as involved like Lennox Hoffman, who I would love to see play a game this year. Would probably be ahead of him in terms of medium-sized defenders. Even Killian Burke, the Irish lad, who's built like a tank.
He's out of muscle.
Would love to see him out there.
I'll tell you what, I'd love to see Daniel Caprion get elevated. I think he's got a lot of talent, very experienced player, been around a long, long time in the VFL. I'd love to see him get a crack at it. I'd love to see him get a crack at it.
Marcus Herbert as well. He doesn't have an AFL contract. I'd love him to get an AFL contract for Geelong as well.
Yeah, I think Herbert will get picked up mid-season draft.
Okay.
And we don't have an open list spot, so
yeah. Nah, he's gone. Yeah.
Oh, we don't have a list spot. You're kidding.
Yeah. Nah, Herbert's
not
going to get snapped up somewhere, Lucas. Yeah.
Oh, fuck. They're probably going to pick Dan Caprion as well.
Yeah, the only way that we can get a list spot is if someone in the next maybe 2 weeks does a season-ending injury and is on the long-term injury list.
Well, we don't want that.
No.
Well, the way it's going, Brian Myers, ACL. I've never heard that ACL awareness. What is that, JD? What in the hell is ACL awareness? I've played cricket for 20 years. I've never heard that term ever.
Neither have I. I don't think any of us understand.
I don't think any of us have, Lucas.
Yeah, I don't think any of us understand the injury. But I also know that if we think about our club and the medicos, we don't take unnecessary risks. So they would be going into this with an element of confidence that he can perform and it's not going to just snap when he runs out there. I was reading a thing today from Doc Peter Larkins, who has said that in the cases of partial ligament tears, after a period of time, they sort of repair through scar tissue that connects them and keeps them solid. And then you kind of have to go and have an arthroscope or some surgery, depending on how bad it is. But it can happen. He said he's not sure that it would happen in such a short period of time. But yeah, Brian did say on the weekend after the VFL game that surgery is not out of the question. But while he's medically cleared to play, they're going to push it as far as they can.
Well, they must think the club must be confident that they're still in that premiership window. If they were like a North, if Brian Myers was playing for North Melbourne, he'd take the surgery. So Geelong must think they're still in that premiership window, whether it's rightly or wrongly. That's everyone else's opinion. So that to me shows that they still think they're in the window. And Brian Myers is one of our best players in his career, which he is. He's by far. So that tells me that they still believe that they can still win the flag by keeping Brian Myers. Otherwise, he would have taken the surgery. So I don't think they are. But this is a good 2 test weeks, JD. 2 contenders. You know, our opponents next 2 weeks could play in a grand final against each other, Sydney and Brisbane. So this is a huge test to see where Geelong are. Where do you expect us to be after these 2 weeks? Do you think it would be 2-0, 0-2, 1-1? What have you got?
My heart says, yeah, we go 2 and zip. I'll be happy with 1-1. But we could just as easily be 0-2. I think next week I have more confidence about because it's in Geelong.
So do I. Agree with that.
Yeah.
But I want to win tomorrow night more than I want to beat the Swans.
100%. No, I do agree. No, I'm with you as well, JD. Like my heart says, yeah, 2 and zip. We all say that, but I'm just gonna have to be realistic here. And I said this on the beginning of the show, before the prelim 2024. This would have been an easy 4 points in the bank. Absolutely. Brisbane used to be our bunnies. Now the roles have changed. I'd absolutely take being 1-1 next week as well. And I do agree with, even though Sydney are top 2 at the moment, they are a bit vulnerable. They nearly lost to North Melbourne last week, and I think we can expose them. And we have a much better record at against the Swans at GMHBA than what we do against Brisbane in recent time as well. So, well, I'd love to be 2 and 0. I don't think it'll be the case. I reckon it'll be 1-1. And no, I do agree with you. I've got more confidence that we could beat Sydney in Geelong than this game tomorrow night. But how good would it be if we actually get the job done tomorrow? That'll put a statement to the comp 100% that we're not done. That we're absolutely not done, and we're seeking for revenge.
Yeah, well, it's a little bit like people were starting to question Brisbane last year, and they came down to Geelong and belted us at home.
Oh, that game. Was that stupid whiteout game that we did? Was it that game?
Yes.
Yep.
It was that game. And they belted us at home, and that made everyone go, oh, okay, Brisbane are cool. Like, they still know how to play football.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like this is our one of that. So
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
payback.
Kind of like, well, it's
payback. That's exactly.
It's payback for the grand final. Hopefully someone has done a chappy after the 08 grand final last year saying we're never losing to this mob ever again. And it's the Fagan curse.
Yeah.
Or something like that starts.
Let's not start another. We're already starting another premiership dynasty with this, Brisbane. But,
no, I think that the big thing, yeah, I'd like to see us make a statement. We've played some good footy. We obviously had the aberration against Port Adelaide. That was a bit shambolic.
Shambolic, yeah. I had to be there watching.
The 2 weeks before that, the 2 weeks after that, we've kicked upwards of 110 points in all 4 of those games. So scoring-wise, we're in good nick. We're starting to become – I think Bucks's plan for our defence is starting to – we're starting to see it over the last couple of weeks. Because they've been better the last couple of weeks. So, yeah, making a statement up at the Gabba would be fun.
Oh, my God!
So, Kiri, what I did my impact zone, which you like this, JD. I said Atkins will have 10-plus tackles. It needs a big game for me. What's your impact zone, Kiri? Who have you got?
Oh, I've got it right here.
And JD, think about it. Think about this while we come to you while Kiri's doing his.
Think about yours, JD, and I'll put it on as well, brother. But, you know what I'm going to say, Lucas. You absolutely know what I am going to say. And it's your man.
It cannot be a Ford. It can't be. Oh, it is. I knew it. I fucking knew it.
I reckon Shannon Neal's prime for a big night. I reckon he is prime for a big night. You know, he's had He's had his recent nightmares against Harris Andrews, but I reckon this will be the one. This will be the one. He finally beats his man, finally causes havoc in the forward 50. And this is what I said before as well, Lucas. When we have the option with blitz subs in the team, we have the opportunity to throw him as that decoy forward, to tag him out of the game, and that allows Shannon Neal to run into space, clunk those marks in the forward 50, and has a big night through the big sticks. So I reckon we'll bookmark this. We'll bookmark this as well. If Shannon Neal kicks three or more goals, yeah, we demand an apology, a video, coach.
And if Harris Andrews is listening, you can do me a great favour and absolutely tearing up this bloke. Yeah, if he's watching. Yeah, JD, your impact zone player or team or coach or opposition, whoever you want to go with it.
Yeah, well, I think we play better when Sean Manor is up and about. So I think if he has, let's say, 16 plus disposals and kicks 2 goals, we're in a good spot. And, you know, I think about the 2024 prelim, he could have won us the game in the first quarter.
Yeah.
If he had kicked straight in that one. So I think that that's a good one for us. But even defensively, like if Stewart has, let's say, 6 or more intercept marks, then we're in a good spot.
Yeah. No, definitely. No, that's a good one. But that's our impact zone. So Lucas, he had Tom Atkins with a 10 plus tackles. I had the Shannon Neal with 3 or more goals, and JD has got Sean Manor with 16 plus disposals and 2 plus goals. Also, Tommy Stewart to have a big night down back as well with 6 intercept marks for this one. Chat, if you have your impact zone for this one, put it down below. Gizelenko, put your ideas in, mate. We'd love to hear from you as well.
Now, we've done a lot of talking on Geelong, rightly so, because that's our team. It's the Geelong zone, not the everybody else zone. Except for cricket when I do my watch-alongs. Now about Brisbane. Now, we know they are absolutely flying at the moment. Yeah, I haven't been unconvincing in recent weeks, but they've still been winning. Who are the players to watch out for these, JD? Now we can obviously say, Neil, Morris, McCluggage. Who do you think is their underrated player? Who do you think is one of their most underrated player that nobody puts attention to?
It's not that nobody puts attention to. I think they've just forgotten about. And that's Kadeen Coleman.
Yeah, okay.
He uses the ball super well off halfback. Like you look at their defense between Coleman, Wilmot, Fletcher, Zorko, all take the game on, all good ball users, all set up the way that Brisbane move the ball. So our forwards, so particularly the Brad Close, Brian Myers, Jack Martin, Sean Manor, need to be accountable, but also get on the end of the footy when we're going forward, make them accountable, hurt them on the way back. But yeah, if we don't put time into Coleman,
just go into his stats theory for a bit. Just go into
Coleman
his
will tear us apart.
Which player did you want?
What JD said, Coleman.
Oh, Kitty Coleman.
Yeah. So what's his stats for this year, Kiri? So if you can go into a bit of his player profile.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Fantastic.
So he's averaging about 18.6. So higher than his career. So yeah, essentially he's having a career best season at the moment. Marks wise as well. A bit below for the tackling, but overall, yeah, he's having a career best season, and he is a forgotten player. He was one of the key players in 2023. Missed out those 2 flags, obviously as well. He's having a quietly underrated season, Kitty Coleman.
No, that's actually a very good pickup there by JD. So yeah, he's having a career best year. So yeah, maybe we need to watch out for that one as well. Now back to the screen, Kiri. My player that again, JD probably said it. Not that opposition don't put intention to him, but probably flies on a little bit under the radar. I'm going to go with their first year player. I really like this guy. I don't know if he's first year or not, but I really like Bruce. Does everything right, JD. I don't know if you pay attention much to him, but he does a lot of things right when he comes off the bench. He's very solid. He doesn't turn the ball over much. He gets a lot of it, especially on the inside and the outside. So for me, that's another player to watch for. And Bruce Reeville there, Kiri. So get his stats out there, Kiri. Well, yeah. So
I think I will be surprised if he starts on the bench, to be honest. Yep. He's been kind of their starting wingman most weeks. So I would be very interested in seeing him and Ollie Dempsey go head to head.
See, again, you look at his stats, again, he's having a career best year. So all these Brisbane players, they're improving, which we mentioned on the Monday Fun Day show a couple of weeks ago, Kiri. We haven't really got players that improve. Like Brisbane, they've got heaps of players that have improved this year. And Bruce Reeville is one of those players. I don't know if he played much. I don't know if he's a first-year player. He's 25 years old, so probably not. But he's came from nowhere, this guy, and he's played really, really well. So that would be my one to watch that goes under the radar. What about you, Kiri?
Yeah, I'm going to go with someone you probably might not pick, but I reckon I'm going to go with Dane Zorko. The old head, the warrior in the team as well. Now, this is a guy, coming into a couple of years ago, you thought he was finished and all of that. But ever since he's got onto the halfback flank, he has rejuvenated his career. We'll go to his stats here. So yeah, at the moment, above average, 24 disposals, elite with the kicking, elite with the marks, and the meters gained as well. So he's having a career best season, Dane Zorko as well. And this is a fucking 36-year-old. Can you believe it?
That's another player that's almost having like a career best year so far.
Fine wine. So if you talk about longevity, it's a bad comparison, like LeBron James at the moment, but bloody Dane Zorko, he looks like he could play until he's going to go to his 40s. Like Scott Pendlebury, goodness gracious me! But he's the one to look out for. He's the one to look out for. Dane Zorko for me.
He also has a pretty good record against us.
Yeah,
he does.
I'd love to see like something a little bit left of center, and Tanner Bruin go to half forward,
37 years old,
and rough Zorko up a little bit. Like follow him around, harass him, and then get the ball when we've got it and hurt him the other way.
JD, you bring up a good point. Zorko in the past, I know he's fixed that a little bit, but in the past, he can, if you press him, he'll give away stupid free kicks. You'll get physical.
Let's get him into his head. Get him into his head. Even if we put Mullen in there as well, or fucking someone get into his fucking head as well.
Look, tagging Coleman or Zorko with Mullen is not the worst idea in the world either. I kind of would prefer to keep Mullen for McCluggage or Neil, or even Will Ashcroft, because I think he does more damage around.
Mr. NBN sacked him. Mr. NBN has sacked him.
Shit.
What has happened there?
I don't know what happened. Shit.
Oh, no.
JD, we'll get you back on, mate.
Oh, no.
Fuck, bro. Sorry, mate.
You got rid of him. You kicked him off.
I'm deaf. I probably won't be on the next Monday Funday show. That's for sure.
Oh,
Get sacked in the morning, boys.
God, no, hang on. We talked about this. We thought this was never going to happen. This internet stuff here. This is why you missed the NBN. I'm more inclined to rip up your qualifications after this now. This is getting a bit comical. Ever since I've named you Mr. NBN, you've been anything but Mr. NBN. You've been Mr. Letdown.
You gave me the nickname, Lucas. You gave me the nickname, so it's on you. You created this mess.
Oh God. JD Mullins on Zorko.
Well, I mean, it's not the worst idea. I would personally keep Mullen to the midfield, and I think people will go Neil or McCluggage. I think Will Ashcroft, because he's the one that does the most damage at clearance and around stoppages. Like you look on grand final day, it was Ashcroft.
Go through his player profile, Kiri. We'll see this while JD talks about it. Yeah,
it was Ashcroft who hurt us around the stoppage. Neil is involved in there, but he gets it on the spread a little bit more. So I would be considering going after him. Like you look at his numbers in every way. It's a big improvement. The clearances is the one. Like, I wouldn't be. I would like to see that. Let Atkins. Atkins has got a good record against Lachie Neale, so don't try and mess with that. Let him do that. Mitch Edwards will have the height and the jump advantage on Darcy Fort in the ruck, and probably even Sam Draper. So if our mids if Bailey Smith, Max Holmes can get on the move at stoppage, I'd even like to see Sean Manor for something different, go to a few centre bounces, just to mix it up a bit. But I think that we can throw a few different things at them that we may not have done in the past.
Yeah. One for me, Sam Draper, interesting, has had that, didn't he have the ACL injury or something? Came back into the team. They've played him as a full forward. He plays as their second ruck. I think he's been interesting so far when he's played his games. They took a big risk on him. I know there was a move to Adelaide. Adelaide heavily wanted him. The stats say there, Kiri, below his best there. He has the most unusual kicking action, especially when he's 15 meters in front, JD. He likes to, not only he likes to go around the body, but he likes to almost have a stutter, like a Josh Kennedy stutter. I don't know how you do that when you go around the body. But yeah, here's another interesting one for me. Brisbane, they wanted him from the start, so they must have seen something in him. So where do we see Sam Draper at as a player?
Oh, I think he's a handy addition to anyone. He can take a mark. He can bob up at moments. He's a good tap ruckman. So he offers them, with Oscar McInerney retiring, he offers them an extra ruck, an extra big body. And if he doesn't mark it, he'll bring it to ground. And then you've got Charlie Cameron, Kyle Lohman, Zach Bailey that are all buzzing around. Just as long as we get Mark O'Connor versus Cam Rayner again, bring that on.
Yeah, and I think he could be a revelation for the Brisbane Lions as well, just like Joe Danaher was when he came from Essendon as well. At the Bombers, couldn't get.
I don't think he's as naturally gifted or as talented as Joe Danaher.
No doubt about it. But it's like change of weather changes. You look at our man Lincoln McCarthy. He could he could be that extra punch in the ruck.
Is Link playing in this?
Don't think so. I'll get the.
I think he got dropped. I think he got dropped.
He got dropped. Yeah, it doesn't look like he's playing, boys.
He got dropped. Yeah.
Yeah, injured.
Oh, injured. Oh, well, again. Gee. Okay.
Fuck.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I was actually gonna. I was yeah. If McCarthy was playing, I would have picked him as my underrated player because since he's been back from 100 knee operations, he's been good this year. His kicking is been pretty good as well. But yeah, he's not playing, so I won't get into that too much. Any other players, JD or Kiri, that you want to spend a little bit of time on here?
Oh,
The less time I have to look at some of these players, the better.
yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
fair enough. All right.
Don't like them all. Do not like them all.
We'll go to the predictions, Kiri. We'll start with you, JD. What's your prediction?
This will probably come back to bite me, but Geelong by 15.
Ooh.
Oh no. And your player's impact zone was Sean Menor. So
Yeah.
Geelong by 15 and Sean Menor BOG. JD. Kiri, your prediction?
Yeah, Luke, because like as much as I would love for us to win this one, I'm gonna have to be real here. I don't think it's going to be a bit of a blowout in this one, but I reckon Brisbane will probably win comfortably by about 4 goals. I've got Brisbane by 24 in this one.
And Shannon Neal kicking 3+ goals. Yeah, my prediction. I think this is a waste of time. I think Geelong might as well ring up Brisbane and say, "Don't bother. We'll just stay home." I think this would be a blowout. I think Brisbane haven't been convincing, but I think this is the game where they'll say, "You know what? We're not going anywhere. We're going to make a statement." I think Brisbane by 40 points. I think they will give them a lot of trouble. Happy to be wrong, especially that man down the bottom of the screen would be happy that I'm wrong here. But I think this is a game where Brisbane are going to flex their muscles and say, "You know what? We're the real deal. We ain't going anywhere." Brisbane by 14. I said Tom Atkins 10 tackles, but since I've picked Brisbane, I think Morris will kick 5+ goals.
Yeah, look, I've gone heart. I've tipped with my heart more so than my head, but I just like the story of 5-day break, going into state, playing our bogey side, going up there, taking 4 points. I think that sets up our season, and it's kind of more of a want than a necessarily think it'll happen. But, a boy can hope, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah. Dreaming is for free, JD, and it doesn't cost anything to dream. As they say. As they say. We've got 2 minutes left. Anything you want to speak about, JD or Kiri, that has caught your eye this week?
We can. Well, we can actually, and that's it is not Geelong related, but I do want to talk about it. We do want to talk about it on the Geelong Zone because this happened after the Monday Funday show, and that is the shock resignation of Michael Voss, who's no longer.
Oh my God!
Who has resigned as senior coach of the Carlton Football Club. I was driving to work listening to it on SEN when they dropped the news. Tom Morris confirmed it. Yeah, I was like, oh my God. I mean, we knew it was going to happen, but yeah, the fact that it happened so quickly as well, unexpectedly on Voss's own terms, or maybe with a board meeting and all of that, they said to Vossi, "Look, you're not in our future plans." Obviously, Voss is like, "See you later." But yeah, it is a shock. It is a shock, and I thought we'd talk about it for at the tail end of the show as well. And what are your thoughts on that one as well, boys?
You go ahead, JD.
Well, I think he's just escaped a sinking ship, and you hear their CEO talk about that they had plans to fire him, and they talked about it last year and all of that stuff. I'm like, I think they need a bigger clean out than just their senior coach. I think their list is terrible. Their list development team and their recruiters are terrible. They've got a terrible culture. The board have too much power. The whole club needs a reset. I wouldn't have started with Michael Voss, because you look at some of their senior players like Harry Mackay, Paddy Cripps, even Jacob Wiedering is said to be a bit unsettled, that their senior players and their best players like the coach, and they're now unsettled. I think this won't end well. There's also a reason that, they're now in, this is 7 coaches that they've gone through since 2000. So there's a reason for irrelevance. Geelong have had 2 coaches in that time. Hawthorn have had 2 coaches in that time. So you look at some of the really successful teams of the last 25 years, they've had stability.
Even Collingwood had 3, and they got 2 flags to show for it. And that last 30 years, Carlton haven't. It is all about stability and all of that too. And you know what? I think they shouldn't have sacked Brett Ratton in the first place. Is like he was that sort of that coach that you got to give time. I thought, not that I'm going to compare him to Bomber Thompson or anything like that. But this is a club and a fan base, especially the fan base, that just simply do not have patience and all of that. And they've tried with the untested coaches in Brendan Bolton, for example, David Teague. They've tried the premiership experienced coaches in Mick Malthouse. We all know how that went. And and Michael Voss, as great as of a player he was, he was set up to fail. He was absolutely set up to fail at the Blues as well. And what's next? What's next for them? It's just going to be a constant, ongoing cycle for Carlton. But it's more than the coach. We absolutely know it's more than a coach. It is a wide club issue at the moment, and it's how they are. How are they going to respond to stop this ongoing cycle?
I'm surprised they sacked him this week. Why this week after, in the third quarter, Carlton fans are booking grand final tickets during that third quarter against Brisbane.
When you're 1-8, the writing is on the wall.
I get that, but you could have sacked him. You could have sacked him many weeks before that. His team does well.
And honestly, they should have sacked, in my opinion. And Kane Corns has said this on SEN. They should have sacked him end of last year.
So Carlton showed some fight. They like I said, the Carlton fans are booking grand final tickets during the third quarter against the Lions. They're up and about, and then they sack him. That makes no sense to me. You should have been sacked 2-3 weeks ago. So that made no difference to me whatsoever. But they got rid of him. Interesting to see who they get. Tell you what, I reckon who they should get. I reckon they should try Ken Hinkley, because Port Adelaide are in the same position. Port Adelaide, Carlton in the same position where Port Adelaide was. A team that's on its knees. They had no players. They had no culture. Matthew Primus, just way over his head before Ken Hinkley took over.
It's a good shout.
Yeah,
but, he
loves rebuilding. Ken Hinkley. He loves the rebuild.
He's reportedly jumped to the top of the list for Tasmania.
I'm not surprised with that. I was never convinced with Buckley at Tassie.
It was Buckley became their top one because they anticipated that Melbourne would end up with Hinkley. And so when they didn't, he's become their top choice. And we know what he can do with young players. He can build a team. So I think he'd be a good fit for Tassie. I mean, I would still love him to come back to Geelong and be involved with us. But I think as much as Carlton will want a seasoned coach like an Adam Simpson, like a John Longmire, like a Ken Hinkley, like a Nathan Buckley, because of the culture of their board and how involved their board are, senior coaches aren't going to want that. And if their board's not prepared to change, then it's going to be, and it's going to end up being like a Corey Enright or a James Kelly,
yes,
or someone like that.
Which I was going to say, because John Longmire and Adam Simpson. I know Adam Simpson is he works at the club part time as a coaching advisor. Adam Simpson said on SEN that he's not willing to take the job.
He doesn't want
what I worry the most is you got a team like Carlton. They look at other teams. They look at a team like us, like at Geelong. Oh, look at Geelong. Chris Scott. We know he's untouchable. What assistant coaches do they have? Let's look at James Kelly. You know, you look at all of a sudden with Melbourne. They poached Stephen King. I have a gut feeling they are going to poach James Kelly in this one as well, because they want to get a Geelong coach. I could see this happening. I won't be surprised with this one, but it is down to James Kelly himself. With Stephen King, he was willing to take the job at Melbourne. Melbourne, 6 months ago, absolute dire of a crisis, and you look at them now. They're playing a great style of football. And all of that, and they've rejuvenated. Is James Kelly willing to take that task for Carlton? But I won't be surprised if they come knock on the door for this one. Nigel Lappin as well. He's another option. James Rahili, factual opinion, said too. But it goes to show again. It's just like, yeah. It's one way or the other, and it is a double-edged sword. They tried both those options. They've tried the untested coaches, and they've tried the premiership experienced coaches in Dennis Pagan, in Mick Malthouse.
But they got them after their peak. Like they were cooked by the point that Carlton appointed them. They appointed them on name only. I think that some of the others still have more to give. I just think that their board
and maybe John Longmire could be that case as well, because maybe a team like Tasmania or that maybe don't want to touch John Longmire because of his bad grand final record. But
I still think a startup takes. I still think a startup takes one of them that gets them competitive. Maybe they get a Longmire or a Hinkley with then a like a Corey Enright type in there, that they mold into it, and in 3 years' time they have a succession plan, but they do it better than what GWS did with it. I think Tassie can learn from that and do something like that. So, yeah, look, I think that Carlton, because of their culture, are going to be stuck with a first-time coach unless someone really feels compelled to want the challenge. They just have to have ironclad guarantees in their contract that they can't be fired.
And that's the other thing.
And I'd be asking for full control over list management decisions and things like that, to be in charge of those things or involved in those things, so that you can actually build the list that you want, not the bunch of spuds that they've got on their list.
What's this you got here, Lucas? Is that your coaching candidate?
No, absolutely not. This is what caught my eye. So the AFL have gone into meetings about having more diversity in the AFL. I don't know if you saw this, JD, on social media. But they've got this team around Alex Pearce, Gabby Seymour, Taran Lee, Rana Hussain, all left-wing people. What a shock that is. To talk about how the AFL can be more diverse. How can they get more cultural backgrounds into the game? I think this is the absolute least priority. I'm going to bring this up.
Not to speak. If I speak, I am in big trouble. In big trouble, and I don't want to be in big trouble.
So I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying. This would have been a perfect time to discuss a men's mental health round. It seems we want to do everything fucking else except for put men's mental health in. Bailey Smith's been big on this in his post-game. JD and Kiri said, maybe it's time for a men's mental health round. The statistic deaths of men dying by suicide is very alarmingly high, too high for me. So I think it's time that we need this. Forget about all other things. Just bring this. Have one round of it. Celebrate it. Raise as much money as you can. When I mean celebrate, I don't celebrate men dying, but celebrate. We're going to set up a foundation. So do all these wonderful things and forget about this crap here, making it more diverse. I think the game's diversity enough, in my opinion, with amazing Indigenous players, AFLW. So I think it's diversity enough. So how about a time for a men's mental health round?
And do it in March. Do it early in the season as well, I think. The NRL does it really well. I know they do like some Beyond Blue charity matches as well. And so, we have the big freeze M&D for the donating. Maybe it's time we do like a Beyond Blue sort of cup. I know Easter Monday a couple years ago. What's the purple one that we did? If you boys know what I mean, we did
violence on women. Is that men's violence on women?
No. I think it was when Kelsha Deer's dad might have died, and it was around like pancreatic cancer or something like that. I think it might have been. There's a Beyond Blue Cup, there's Spud's game, and the AFL kind of like let those be that. Bailey Smith in his on his socials did say that there were clubs talking amongst themselves about doing stuff for men's mental health. So we'll trust that something will eventuate. One thing I was going to say, one last thing I was going to say on the Carlton coaching thing, the perfect person for them to get who has no AFL experience, has coached around the world, will appeal to the fan base, and his history with clubs, bit so-so. What if they signed Ange Postecoglou?
No, I'm not actually gonna. Oh, gee, isn't the jumper punch gonna love that?
Well, he does win everything, doesn't he?
Oh my God!
That came from absolute left field. However, JD, now you may not know this. However, the NBL, the Adelaide 36ers, Kiri, they've got Ken Hinkley as a coaching advisor.
They do, they do.
So that is not as left field as you might think, JD.
Well, I know because he's a lifelong Carlton supporter, and he was part of the panel to select a new coach in 2015. So why not? I didn't know that. Why not be part of the panel this time and appoint himself?
Oh my God!
Well, there you go. Well, I'll tell you what, if they do sign him,
it's who we are, mate.
I tell you what, if they do sign him, Carlton are going to kick 20 goals a game. That's an absolute guarantee. They're going to kick 20 goals a game with his system. So that's maybe Carlton actually might enjoy that. But not as left field as you might think, JD. Any final thoughts, JD, before we wrap it up? Or was that it?
No, I'm not going to beat that last one. So let's just leave it on that.
Oh, that is good. Yeah, we will wrap it up for this one.
Yep.
Thank you all so much for watching the preview between Geelong and the Brisbane Lions at the Gabba tomorrow. If you are going to go to the game, deck out in all your Cats gear. Be in full voices for this one. Otherwise, you will stay tuned for the watch along, which Lucas will be doing tomorrow. And I think you'll be doing an emergency meeting in case we lose for this one. I think it'll be an emergency meeting either way. You'll be doing a 10-hour one as well, Lee Gunners sort of style. So, but
will you be at the watch along, Mr. NBN? You're not going to be there.
No, I won't be. I won't be because I have a commitment on Thursday night. But I will have the phone. I will have it on Kay on the phone in the background as well. But yeah. But we will see for this one. But thank you all so much for watching. JD, thanks for hopping on as always, mate. If you enjoyed this review, like, subscribe, and share it to your mates, your wives, your girlfriends, whatever. And subscribe for more awesome Geelong Cats content on the Geelong Zone. Thanks for watching. Take care. Be kind to one another. And as always, go the Cats.